I love this royalty-free music. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, I love it. Guys, we're getting ready to get started. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already. Follow on Twitch. Help a brother out. Alright? Help a brother out. Help a brother out. Okay. Make some noise in the chat if you're here. Like you could make some noise any other way if you weren't here. What does that even mean? Yeah. Gotta get pumped. It's like a penguin. Alright. Gotta do the dirty deeds. I'm over here doing the dirty deeds. Because I have to. The only way to get by, to succeed on YouTube, is to cheat a little bit. You just gotta cheat a little bit. Can I get some love for cheating? Huh? Okay. A little bit of love for cheating. That's okay. Some call it cheating. Some call it leveling the playing field. I don't know. Both are right. All I'm doing is taking a few of my accounts and liking the video and leaving the stream running. Gotta make sure I set that 144p back to that 2006 resolution. What y'all know about 2006? How many of you were born after 2006? That would make you a minor. Right? Actually, 2006, they turn 18 this year. Isn't that crazy? Somebody born in 2006 turns 18 this year. Hell, there are half of them already turned 18. You believe that? Wow. That is wild. I'm 31 years old. And it feels old. But then again, I look at people like Primogen, who are in their mid-40s. I believe. I could be wrong. He could be younger. Let's see. How old is Primogen? Oh, he's 37. Well, according to this Reddit post, he's about 37 or 38. So he's not as old as I thought. But he's older than me. Damn fossil. Old coot. Yeah. The point is, us boomers are taking over. And you young bucks better look out, because we got wisdom up our poofy sleeves, up our poofy wizard sleeves. Got more wisdom in one suspender strap. Oh yeah, that was real. Than you have in your entire Instagram profile. Got more wisdom in one suspender strap than your entire Instagram profile. Alright, I'm done. Alright, let's get this music turned down. Let me say that again, though, for the thing with the music turned down. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'll do that later. Further in the stream. I'm not gonna put you guys through the same thing twice. So welcome. If you don't already know, my name is Adam. This is my channel, Coding Things IRL, and that's because that's what I do on here. I code things IRL, and lately it's been this lite brite game. In the beginning of the year, I heard that three.js had a new renderer. I found out that it was web GPU. Long story short, it's a lot better. So I thought, why not take a dive into three.js, learn about this, and see what we can make happen with web GPU. Because as it turns out, web GPU has shipped to Chrome this year. It's the first year, as of January, I believe. And it's poised to kind of revolutionize websites and how things work on the web and what they look like. It'll take a little bit for us web developers to catch up, and for people like me to learn this stuff and figure out the best way to utilize it. Right now, I'm just doing the first thing that I could think of. Lite brite game. Get it done, right? Oh, there are performance issues, yes. We'll talk about that and we'll deal with that. But right now, we left with an important point, issue not solved. Almost solved, but we had an unexpected problem. Actually, what we did was we created a new issue for that issue. So we were going and we were trying to fix the issue of the point changing the color right before you're about to put it down. So there's a little preview, and when you set rainbow colors, which, you know, you can see it changes the color when you move it. What it would do is it would change that color right before you put it down, but as you can see, that's not happening anymore. Those colors are a little on the dull side. That looks like it's still a preview, actually. I'm wondering if... Yeah, see, that looks like a glitch. I gotta work on that. I might have moved it. Yeah, I don't know. And now I can't put another one there because it's... Anyway. The issue at hand is now that we can make circles of radius 1 and width, and it doesn't work, basically. Also, it doesn't look like it's putting it at the same spot. So, yeah. What that looks like to me Dai Baba. Thank you so much. It's good to see you again. Bob DeBauer. Bob DeBauer. I remember. From Holland. From Netherlands. Such a weird country name. What we call it, Netherlands. Holland. Holland is the old term. I don't know why you changed it to Netherlands. Just wasting time on working hours, don't mind me. No, I appreciate you stopping by. The chat interaction helps me with my stream. So yeah, no, I appreciate it actually. So the circle and the rectangle, what's actually happening is that the preview is not working. So something inside of handle it downstream is actually not calling the function correctly. So this is okay, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, we still got that. Still looks good. That's perfect. We are below sea level. That's why we call it the Netherlands. I thought that was something like, I don't know. I guess I thought that there were people like making maps and they named your country. I didn't know that that's what, you officially named your country. And I also didn't know it was below sea level. That's that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. It still sounds like you always think of nether as something that's under something or low or something. It just I think that you should be elevated is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to be nice. I'm not trying. It's coming out bad. All right. Yeah, I did note that this actually worked once I changed the radius. So yeah. Anyway, once the radius was, so it must not be initialized to the right number. No, that's not it. Let's see. I'll have to actually go into this function and see what's going on. So we have is preview set to true. So something is happening only for is preview set to true. And I think I know what it is actually. Let's see. Where are we at? Renderer. This one. And it's even one step further. Add shape at mouse position. Right here. See that? Now, I'm not sure why. Yeah, let's just test it. Yeah, see? We're definitely getting a preview there. But obviously that's not right. So if it is preview, clear all preview pegs. And this is only affected for circles of radius 1. So it must be draw shape that's actually doing it. It's gotta be. And it's doing state draw. And so now it's got to be within these functions themselves, which are on shapes.js. Thanks for your kind words, LOL. Yeah, I'm just mostly trying to backpedal something that sounds horrible and ignorant. It sounds horrible and ignorant. And I don't want to be horrible and ignorant, so I'm trying to backpedal. No. It's all good. I'm just having fun. I love you guys. I don't want to say you personally, but I respect you and I appreciate you. Thank you. If I were to say I love you personally, it just sounds too direct. It's too much, I love my dog. I love my wife. Alright. Focus. I gotta focus. Alright, so we're looking for the add circle function. Here it is. Yes. Yes. I don't know what I don't know. I literally don't know. I think, yeah. I think that if we have a radius of 1, that we just return the add point function. Does that fix it? It looked like it fixed it for a second. It did, didn't it? It did. But I think it gets cleared up right away, doesn't it? Yes. It gets cleared up right away. Let's see. But why? It's only supposed to get cleared up if it's a preview. And if I set the radius and then unset the radius, like this is good, and then look, it works. Is my repo public? It is not public. No, I've been debating on making my repo public. I'm not sure. What do you think? You think I should make it public? Obviously, you probably do think that because you're asking about it, but let's see. Radius equals 1. I'm just trying to figure out why if pegs. Interesting. Interesting. I think this needs to be new pegs here. Create for an interesting bug. And it only affects it when there's... Oh, that's not it. Well, it was a good guess. It was a good guess. I guess my question is, like, are we getting here? Whenever I'm not making any progress, I just like, I try to get less assuming with my hypotheses. I try to scale them back and try to do just very little things that I think are true and just test them. Like, I think I'm getting here, and I'm just testing that right now. So I set this to circle, and I'm not, see? I'm not even getting there. Because the radius is never 1. If we're multiplying it by peg radius, it's less than 1. There we go. One of those things that seemed obvious to me, but it wasn't. And look, it works. Why does it work? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why it works. In theory, I mean, I'm setting the radius to 1. Here, let's check the rectangle. The rectangle also doesn't work. So let's do the same solution. Let's do the same solution. So here's the add rectangle function. So if width equals 1 and height equals 1, we'll return the add point. Simply. And then we can move on. Alright, yes. Okay, this one is solved. move on solving it. My debugging process is not conventional. Absolutely, it is not conventional. I'm a self-taught programmer. So, I mean, my debugging process is totally ad hoc, and I change it every time. It's more like just whatever I feel like doing at the time. And sometimes it's ridiculous, and sometimes I spend a lot of time doing, I spend a lot of time trying to solve the same thing. I think everybody does. And I don't get anywhere. But I think my approach does allow me to think in other ways that other programmers wouldn't. And it also allows me to continually learn, and it's pretty much a universally applied approach to debugging. It's like, if I change this, then this happens, and then from there you can derive how something works. That's how I've always learned things. Anyway, I'm also aconventional because I like this. I like getting rid of these curly braces for single line if statements. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? You know what? I just realized that the point selected actually will be an okay function for this, and I do want to use it again. So let's do that. So let's use point is selected, and the reason I want to use it is because this will be the universal function that tells me if I have the point selected, which is either something with a radius of 1 with height of 1, or the actual point. So let's see. What would be cool is if we could update the UI as well. Maybe we can. Maybe we can just wipe the UI and update it every time we update the we change something on the UI. Probably put a debounce timeout on it, because it seems like that would be potentially dangerous. But yeah, there it is. Alright, so this is good. Almost ready to commit this. I am going to make sure there's no trash, because I hate trash. This, I'm convinced that this is... Nope, okay, that's actually not correct. Let me fix that. 1111111. New pegs. Yeah, there's no new pegs. I hallucinated that. I want to name it new pegs. Let's do that. Let's name it new pegs. Wait. We have new pegs up there. Yeah, no. Huh. How did that work then? How did that even work? Oh my god. I don't even... That's crazy. Hold on. So this is pegs. Pegs. And, yeah. That's it. So I'm gonna make sure that still works. Please work. Okay, good. And then it can be a circle, rectangle. I like the Las Vegas effect. Come on down to the casino. Spend all your money. Have to tell your wife. Come on down to the casino. Ruin your entire... Anyway. I go further and declare multiple lines without braces using commas to... You've been reprimanded for it. Yeah, people do not like it. People do not like it. But I think it's cool. I do... you know, every now and then I'll find something that I like better for syntactical sugar rather than what's conventionally, you know. Right here, what I'm doing with this project is I'm trying to adhere to more kind of like ECMA6 style and newer stuff. I mean, I guess this is not newer. I could have used a an object for each, or an array for each. I think there's an array method for that. But whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm just doing my own thing at the end of the day. I am trying to make it more functional and less object-oriented, because I love object-oriented, and this has been a nightmare for me, to be honest. But it's simple and annoying. All you do is pass in everything every time, and that's functional programming, right? So here I am in main. Up here I define my state. I'm moving along, I'm having a good time. And literally every time I do something, I'm just passing it in and assigning it. Passing it in and assigning it. We don't need to do that. But I find that it's the best way to make sure that your state changes get to where they need to go. Your function takes an argument of state and it returns the state. And something it does inside changes something inside of the state. That's the way that I've had to do this, because I've taken so many wrong turns and been, you know, scoping and global variables and just that's primarily why I stick to object oriented in the first place. It's the same with PHP. But this works. This works. I won't do this again, though. This is not the method of choice, because we're dealing with composition versus inheritance here too, and I have not been able to successfully utilize composition here. I don't think. I mean, we have this array and these draw functions. That's sort of like composition, but not. And then also, the shapes call the add point function. So, whereas in object oriented, we might have a rectangle that extends shape that has a add point function. See what I mean? The rectangle function is the class, or sorry, the shape function is the class in the abstract, and the concrete function, or whatever you call it, the one that's not abstract, the opposite of abstract, is the rectangle class, not abstract class. Abstract class. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's the same damn thing. It's the same thing. This is annoying to me because you have to add something in every time. But, you know, that's just because of what I'm used to. I'll be honest. Anyway, this is solved. I'm happy. Let's move on to another issue. If you haven't already, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm trying to get to the top of the lists, all the lists. I don't think we're going to be able to do it today. Only got like 40 minutes left. But wait. Hold on a second. Yeah, no, 40 minutes. Yeah. Only got 40 minutes. Yeah. So, but still, drop a like, do a subscribe. I have a new Discord. I'll post the Discord link. Join up on the Discord. And I'm still learning how to do Discord. So maybe some of you have some suggestions. But go over there. I'll be posting announcements there. There's a section for community help. If you have something that's bugging you, post something on there. And yeah, I am a boomer. I'm 31, by the way. So I'm a millennial. But man, I feel like a boomer. Having kids will do it. Anyway, community help section on Discord. If you have anything that's bugging you, any trouble with any code, post on there. We'll try to get you some help. And then there are some other sections that I'm working on as well, but they are escaping my mind at the moment. So yeah, check out the Discord. I posted it on Twitch and YouTube. I posted the link to the Discord. Join up. Join up. Join up. Discord. Daib Baba is 25. You're not that far behind me, my friend. You're not that far behind me. When I was 25, that was pretty much when I decided that I would start turning my life around. And now I'm where I am today. Doesn't seem that long ago for me. But again, kids. Hate to sound like a freaking broken record, but kids really make time go fast. My kid is going into first grade. That is insane. And I had her when I was your age. Now I have 2. Alright, let's clean up some of these double line breaks. They annoy the heck out of me. Over on main, we got that going. Cool. So, yeah, let's do this commit here. And we're done. New issue. This one's complete. I'm just going to close it out for now. You have a profound appreciation for sub 30-year-old fathers. Go you. That's very nice of you to say. Even though I'm not that anymore, I think I get what you're saying. Like, I started when I was under 30. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people want to start when they're over 30. And if I could just do a quick PSA, I do not recommend that. My children have changed my life, and I love them, and I would not be the person that I am today. I would be, it would be not good if I never had my kids. So I absolutely recommend you having kids as soon as possible. If your situation dictates it, obviously. Don't rush into anything, but yeah, for me, it absolutely saved my life. So, yeah, dude. Base take. Alright, so that's done. Yeah, in between partners. It's just the hardest thing to do to find the right person. For me, I could never be with somebody like I can't stand to be around somebody for too long that I'm not like compatible with. And for me, I was lucky enough to find my wife, and I just don't get tired of her. You know, I hang out with her, and we talk and we have a good time, and we play video games together, and it's amazing. And we raise our kids together, and we learn and we grow together. And it's just I can't believe it. And I felt like it was never gonna happen. So yeah, all I can say is just keep the faith. Some people go their whole lives and they never find true love or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, this one is done too. I'm not sure why this is not closed. All right, here we go. CTRL Z undo. This is pretty self-explanatory, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to save the state, the entire state, and then anytime we do this handle it event, I think we'll just try to save it to a variable and then be able to revert to it. and see if that works. All right. So let's get this is totally crude, and there's definitely going to be a better way we could do this, I know. But I just want to see if it works. Let prev state equals state. That's fine with me. So I'll just copy this, and for our handle main function, we'll just take the state and we'll assign it like that. And we will, I know that we have a we'll only be able to do this. This is a proof of concept. Hold on, I'm gonna get ahead of myself. I don't think I need to pass in state. I do like that it's changing the pegs only. I do like that. Let's see. I'll just do right click to undo for now. Context menu. I never heard of a context menu, event listener. That's crazy. Alright, well, let's see if it works. We add a nice rainbowy circle there. I don't think it works because the state is being saved with every mouse move. You know what I mean? So to make this demo work, I'll have to, yeah, see, I don't think it's working at all. Also, I'm not sure if that context menu is working. Let me just try a different one. Alright, and for now I'm gonna do an alert, because again, I mean, I did expect that to work. Hold on. Looked like it worked for a second. I think it did. Let's see. Let's assign all of state to previous state. I think we're gonna have to get a little bit more nitty-gritty with the state changes. Yeah. There. So we're gonna have to actually no, we can do it right here. So we'll do, if not is preview, then we'll do the state, saving the state. Only saving it if it's not the preview. So every time we click, we should be saving the state, since that's the only time. Yeah. No, doesn't seem to be working. So every time we assign the state to previous state. So I mean, I guess effectively that should work since we're assigning the state prior to changing it right here. So assign it to previous state and then change it but maybe what we're doing is we're actually dealing with the same array because this is JavaScript. So maybe we need to we can try passing it in. Let's see. I don't think that's right. Let's let's unassign it. Let's do a little proof of concept. If we are able to manipulate that variable at this level, then we can just simply do blank it out, and then we'll call is dirty, or we'll set that to true, and that should just kind of get rid of everything, right? But it's not. See that? It's not. Is that not valid? Syntax right there. Oh wait, we have to do an object. I like semicolons in JavaScript. I like to use semicolons. Help my eyes see where the end of the line is, because sometimes for me the end of the line is not the end of the line, and my eyes like to see where the end of the line is. Because I'm old. Right now I'm wearing a back support device. Oh God, I didn't mean to do all that. There we go, nice little shimmer. Interesting. See that? That's what our undo is currently doing. Pretty crazy, huh? Not doing the right thing, that's for sure. So we tried that already. If I just call ... state like that, then I think it won't give me the deep properties of the state, perhaps. That might be what I'm experiencing here. No, okay, that's good. No problem there. But then when I have that, does that give me the previous pegs when I hit Z? Yeah, it looks like it does, but it's like, obviously they're not clearing up. Um, maybe we need to call handle it afterwards. I think that's what it is. So we revert the state, and then we call handle it. But the problem is that we would be doing the exact same operation. We'd be repeating it. Because we'd be taking the same parameters and calling the same functions on them. And that's not what we want. So in my opinion, this would have no effect. Which would be... Well, we'll try that. This is the GPT suggestion. The code fairy has granted me some code. And it doesn't work. Alright. So it's trying to set it to the previous state pegs. Yeah, I don't think so. I think you're going to have to use... The most success that I've had is using this spread operator. So... Why can't I... Wait, hold on. Wait a second. Yeah, I'll do the... Just... thinking about this. I'm setting it to state. So these variables are pointing to the same position in memory. That's a problem. I think that is what makes a copy of it right there. So that's the first thing that we have to do. We have to make a copy at that level. And then I think here we have to make a copy on that level. And we can try that, but I'm not sure if that's necessary. Okay, hold on. I gotta get... That's on my list to fix, by the way. So what that's doing is that's adding a permanent preview at the current mouse position. See, it's still doing it. We could do... I can't see that. There we go. Now we're going to do not is removed and not is filtered on the pegs. Okay. Does that work? Doesn't seem to. Freaking scale that back. Hold on. It's still doing that. By changing the state. Not filtering those out. Let's see. So obviously what we're copying across here, when we are saving the state, is not the right thing. Or at this point, I'm just not seeing how, if we're assigning state to whatever value we're assigning here, and we're assigning it at the time that we have, like we're assigning it in the exact moment that we're putting this down. If that's a state save right there, it should be. And then I click Z, and that's supposed to get rid of it. But instead, it seems to be adding a peg at the mouse position, a preview peg, a dim one. Really weird. Really weird stuff. But I think it's pretty obvious that this is not working out the way that I thought it would. So let's get rid of that for now. Excuse me. Let's do something simpler. Let's clear all the pegs. And just see if that works. Missing that, right? Yeah. Get that semicolon. As I mentioned, I like semicolons. I like them. Has Z just always done that? There's no way, right? No. Okay, cool. No. Okay, yeah. All right, so why is that doing that now? So it's setting it to removed true. And I think that the renderer must not be handling that properly. Let me close out of this. I don't think I have any legit saves that I want there. And so we have somewhere in here, what was it? Removed. And right there, it's supposed to be setting it to removed, removes it, then gets it out of the array. So why is that not happening? We are setting it to removed. And we're passing in state that pegs. What if, for the sake of argument, we just call scene remove and we pass in scene? Actually, no, we don't have to at this level. What if we just do that? Still doesn't seem to be working. All right. Any errors? Oh yeah, sure. Scene is not defined. Okay. Sure. So I think we just have to pass that in. But let's see. Oh, it's state.scene. That's what it is. I forgot that we assigned everything to state, including the scene. Alright, let's see how that goes. Still up there? Yeah, alright, I can see myself. Alright, that removes it, see? Happy about that. So, the only thing that I'm seeing here is that that dot removed does not remove it from the scene. Alright, that's fun. But anyway. So, what's going on there? Why does the removed not work? So, we're setting user data removed to true. We don't need to do that. I don't think. And then, yeah, that looks good. Let's see if we can console log this. Peg's eye. And we'll see if we see anything. First of all, there should probably be a bunch. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll see if I see any when I press Z. Okay, cool. So we have an error here. Pegs is not defined. And we broke it. Okay. So pegs is not defined and we broke it. Let's see why we got that. Should be passing it in. And we are passing it in. Yet it says it's not defined. I don't think there's anything wrong with just at this level doing that. But it's not a... Yeah, I'm not even gonna do it like that. Just do this. I don't mind the extra. I don't mind the extra sauce there. Sometimes it's good to have a little extra sauce, you know what I mean? Okay, there's another error. Now we can't read the properties of undefined filter. That's good. That's new. So that's bad. That means that we are breaking it somewhere. We're breaking the variable, I believe. Let's find out where. So all we're doing is we're setting the user data dot removed to true. Of pegs. For all the pegs. Do we still have a console log here? Yeah, we do. This splice might not be working. It might not be working. I don't know. Let's see. Where's our console log?
Well,
We don't get any after the error, so it stops at the error. Clear all. Let's see, where is that? Where is that even being called? Add shape at mouse position. I'm not sure how it's getting there because that shouldn't be called until I click or hover. Okay. So no, it's not getting there. There's another error listed here. And it also indicates that the pegs variable has been broken in some way. Let's console log it. Because it should show a change. This should be where I can really see it. Let's see. Alright. Okay. Add that in there. Oh. Okay, yeah. There you go. Becomes undefined. Becomes undefined because of this. Why? I don't know. Let's try to set a different variable. Doda. Still. Now let's just set it to a blank array. And is dirty. Now we're getting that preview issue. And I know why, actually. It's because that doesn't actually remove from the array. So to actually do that, what we have to do is we have to call that map. And then we can't forget our is dirty. It should be broken out on another line, but that's fine. I've seen harder to read JavaScript than that. That's laughable. Amateur work, I say. Look, it works. Alright, so that's pretty much been the problem the entire time. When we try to assign with indexing like that, We get undefined. We get undefined. Who knows why? It's an object, right? Should be able to do that. Can't. Thanks, JavaScript. But all right. Everything else is probably fine. I do like clear all pegs as a function. Works great. See? I definitely want to unbind it from Z though, because that's going to get annoying. Imagine if accidentally clicking Z. Alright. Anyway. Got stuff to do. I have to tighten my back brace. I wasn't lying when I said I was wearing a back support device. I have a bad back. Sometimes I gotta do this. Pretend I'm riding on a unicycle. And then my back is back to normal. But if you ever catch me slouching, let me know. I'm not supposed to slouch. It's bad for my back. Okie dokie. So that's clear all pegs. We didn't really do what we wanted to do though, the Control Z. Let's do that now. You better than that. There we go. I don't think that's right. This is going to be very... This is going to get very dirty. I guarantee you this is going to get very, very dirty very quickly. Let's just deal with that right away. We're going to have to use map. We just used map. Oh, we can't use map on state. We have to use it on state.pegs. So state, and then so we'll break out the line for state. My camera just died. Alright, stay with me for the last 10 minutes because it's gonna get a little bit yeah. Actually, I'm gonna swap out this camera battery. Hold on a second. how did it work? What do it look like? Looking good. Alright, hold on. Turns out I have 2 dead batteries. Hold on, let me fix that. Oh, there we go. Can't waste this valuable footage of this final stretch because I think I'm about to get it. It's a little low, but I'm not going to mess with it. Need that coffee. Alright. So what we need to do is take the state, spread it, and then get the pegs and map it to prev state. Not that. We need to go state.pegs and not filter. We need to do map. And what we're doing is we're going to set is removed to true if and only if it's not in the previous state. I don't know. I think UUID can work. I think UUID comes from three.js. So we'll simplify this by setting this to not this value. And that should be it. That's the relationship between the state and the previous state in an undo. Let's see. How did we do? Now, yeah. I don't see nothing happening. Is it because of the is Darty? I don't think so. Let's do this, just for the sake of sanity. Let's set them all to is removed true. See that? They all just go away. Let's get rid of the negation operator then. That's good. So this is a good concept. Is it possible let's see if this works. No. Well, now why would it have only saved the state up to that point? It's working, but it's not working correctly. So here we got, if it's not a preview, then we're going to push to the state history. And then here what I got is pulling from the state history the first item. And then down here I got it mapping to the previous state with the pegs removed where it doesn't find them. I mean, just for the sake of, I believe that is dirty needs to be set to true there. I believe that. But I don't think that's going to solve the problem. It's so weird. Some of them must have the same UUID or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. For me, though, I think I'll use the position instead. So we're comparing the exact position of the peg to see if it's in the same place, rather than using the UUID. And the effect is the same. Some of these pegs are sneaking by, and they're getting rendered without being tracked. I'm wondering how that's happening. My suspicion is that it's the cleanup function that I have. The one that runs on an interval. That's what I think. Let's see if we can disable that. So that's over on the renderer. And what, we got timeout. Thought it was on the renderer. Maybe I actually have it on main here. the refire timeout. I mean, also the state should probably be pushed after it's been mutated. And also state 0 to history 0. Yeah. It's like undefined. A lot of things are undefined. But the effect is still the same. Oh, that was cool. How it did them like one at a time. Looked like it did for a second. What gives? Should be saving the state history every single time. What gives? Let's add some bigger shapes, slightly bigger. Yeah. I'll just repeat that a couple of times. I'm not really sure how that works, to be honest. Just trying to make it to where it looks like it's going backwards. But I can't. Doesn't seem to work. Let's see. I mean, that works even less, huh? What was working better was before that. Clicking the right damn thing. I like triangles. Nothing's happening anymore. Am I going crazy? I'm going crazy. Well, I know that when it was set to jeez, man. When it was set to 0, that's when it worked. Right there. Or, you know, you could see it visibly. Set a bunch of points. And then there we go. Finally something is undoing. Some of them just kind of escape the tracking somehow. And I think I've had this problem before. I don't know where it happens. I was trying to blame it on that timeout function. This one here. No, that's not it. I did think that this needed to happen after the state change. You know what I mean? Doesn't seem to make any difference for me. Seems like most of the time, these are just equal. At the point where I am, this previous state, which is that, is equal to this one. How is that? Fun little JavaScript-y thing. We have to make a copy of it. But I think there's a better way to handle this, to be honest. Let's see. State history 0 is going to be the first one in the array, which is going to be this one. Only if it's not a preview. Let's console log this. Break it down real slow like, you know what I mean? Alright, so when we press Z, that's the history that we have right there. We have 2 items in this history. One has 2 pegs in it. But the interesting thing is there's only 1 peg on the board. I'm guessing one of them is a preview. Let's see. I may not be getting my preview carried over. If I will open... There, I have to press a Z again. So now I have 4 in there, and that makes sense because in the previous state I had 1 preview. I think, you know, I'll get rid of my previews because I don't need them. Let's see, this is pretty big. So we got 1 is preview is false. 1 is preview is also false. And then another one is preview is also false. And I feel like I only checked 3 of them. It'd be the penultimate one, right? This, yeah, this one. Well, damn it. Okay, so we've got an array of 4 pegs. And I believe it would be the dang it, I closed it again. Oh, there it is. Penultimate one is preview is true. I was right. Okay, cool. So we want to get rid of that, I believe. So back over here. Well, no, we don't want to get rid of it. I think what we want to do, let's define a new variable here. Let prev peg equals that. And then this peg that we have here is going to equal not prev peg or prev peg.userdata removed or user data is preview. We'll remove all of those when we're doing this. And you can see it's not happening. Or, well, I guess what we're looking at there is an array of 5 events in the history. That's weird. It shouldn't be 5. So yeah, it should not be 5. That's one event. Should be, right? So why does the first click do 2 events? That's weird. Yeah. 2 events right there. Let's see if we can console log that event right quick. Alright. So when I do my click here, there we go. We have 2 events. No. We only want 1. So these pointer events, we want to ignore them. But I think the pointer event might be for mobile. Yeah. It looks like we're firing a mouse event on mobile too. So I'm thinking we just ignore pointer events. And then hopefully that makes it to where when we click, we only fire 1. No. Unfortunately, that's not how it worked. Let's console log this event again. I think we might have to use type of or something. If event pointer type is pen, return. Seems to still be working. Oh, we're getting there. think we're getting there. It goes away. See that? I just have to... I have to add another peg for some reason. Which is not what I want, obviously. I think I need the handle function called again. Yeah, that's almost right. Should just be pop, honestly. Yeah. Thank God it's pop. Thank God it's pop. There you go. Painfully implemented. Control Z undo. Needs refinement, sure. But, yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll refine it later. We will refine it later. And, yeah, I'm happy with the progress so far. Let's see. Trying to see if I'm really happy with the progress. You know what I mean? Points works great, which is great. Just we got to get these shapes working correctly. All right, well, that's gonna do it for me. I gotta go inside and get my kids ready for school and everything. But yeah, look out for another stream later today, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.